Have you ever had a great idea for a podcast, but then you just got stuck? Wondering how to actually do it? Well, you're in the right place. Today, we're breaking it all down. This explainer is your playbook, and we're going to turn that big, complicated idea into a simple, step-by-step plan. Let's get into it.
First things first, let's talk about why this is worth doing. Just look at this number. In the US alone, 90 million people listen to podcasts every single week. That is a massive, dialed-in audience that is actively looking for new things to listen to. The opportunity to find your people has never been bigger.
And yeah, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? The idea is exciting, but then the reality hits. Microphones, editing, RSS feeds. It can feel totally overwhelming. But don't worry, we're going to cut through all that noise by structuring everything around 3 clear pillars. This is your roadmap from concept all the way to launch day. So let's dive into pillar 1, crafting your foundation. This is all the thinking you do before you even think about hitting record. It's about getting crystal clear on your what and your who. Honestly, getting this part right makes everything else so much easier. The absolute key here is getting specific. You know, a podcast for everyone usually ends up being a podcast for no one. So ask yourself these questions. Who are you really talking to? What unique spin can you put on a topic? The tighter your niche, the easier it is to attract a diehard audience that will show up for every single episode.
Next up, what's your show actually going to sound like? You've basically got 3 main flavors. A solo show is perfect if you're the expert and want complete control. Interviews are awesome for bringing in new ideas and new audiences, since guests will help promote. And if you've got a buddy with great chemistry, a co-hosted show can be pure gold. Just think about what fits your personality and what you can realistically do week after week.
Okay, you've got your niche, you've got your format, but before anyone even presses play, they see your show. And check this out, over half of new listeners will judge your podcast by its cover. No joke, your cover art is your first impression, and it has to grab them. So here are the rules of the road for great cover art. That 3000 by 3000 pixel size is non-negotiable, and make sure you look sharp everywhere. And see that tip about text? That's because most people will see your art as a tiny little thumbnail on their phone. It has to be bold, clear, and communicate your show's vibe in a single glance. With our strategy locked in, it's time to move on to pillar 2, building your production engine. This is where we get into the fun stuff, the gear, the software, and the workflow to actually bring your show to life. Let's bust a huge myth right now. You do not need a $1,000 studio to start a podcast. Seriously, the microphone on your smartphone is way better than you think and is perfect for your first few episodes. When you're ready to level up, something like the Samsung Q2U is an incredible, affordable upgrade. The main point is, don't let gear stop you from starting. Now, editing can feel super intimidating, but it really just boils down to these 5 steps. You're just tidying things up, snipping out the mistakes, making sure the audio is clean and at a consistent volume, and then topping it off with your intro and outro music. Free software like Audacity can handle all of this. It's a process, not magic. All right, you've planned it, you've recorded it, you've edited it. You have an awesome episode. So, now what? Welcome to Pillar 3, your growth playbook. This is all about getting your show out there and into the ears of your future fans.
Okay, the very first thing we need to wrap our heads around is the podcast host. This confuses everyone, so let's make it simple. It's not a person, it's a service. Think of it like a special online storage locker that's built specifically for your audio files. You upload your episode there, and it handles all the technical heavy lifting for you.
So, let's walk through it. You finish your episode and save it as an MP3. Then, you just upload that one file to your hosting platform. Simple as that. It's now living safely on their servers. But that's just step 1.
And this is where the magic happens. Your host generates a special link, an RSS feed. You take that one link, submit it to places like Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and that's it. You're done. From now on, every time you upload a new episode to your host, it automatically shows up everywhere else. It's a total set it and forget it system.
Now, this is a huge mindset shift, but it's so important for growth. You should probably spend more time promoting your show than you do making it. I know, it sounds crazy, but making great content is only half the battle. You have to be your own marketing department and actively go out and find new listeners. And you know the single best way to keep those listeners coming back? Be consistent. Pick a schedule, weekly, every 2 weeks, whatever works for you, and stick to it. When people know when to expect your show, it becomes part of their routine. That's how you turn a casual listener into a true, loyal fan.
So there you have it, the 3 pillars: a rock-solid foundation, a simple production engine, and a smart plan for growth. We've covered the whole journey. Now it's time for the best part, putting it all together and finally going live. If you forget everything else, just remember this. The secret to a successful podcast isn't a fancy microphone. It's this simple formula: show up consistently, provide real value, and then make sure you tell people about it. That's the whole game, right there.
And this might be the most important advice of all. Please do not let perfect be the enemy of done. Your first episode is not going to be your best one, and that is completely okay. The whole point is to get started, to learn as you go, and to get better with every single recording. It's so much better to launch and learn than to wait forever for a perfect that never comes.
You now have the complete playbook. From strategy to gear to growth, you have the roadmap. The only thing missing is for you to press record. So the question isn't how anymore, it's what. What will your podcast be about?